What's going on? Is he being detained at the moment?
He's being placed under arrest.
This is insane. That's being a fucking setup or some shit.
Today we're talking about Clavicular, who, if you somehow missed it, got arrested live on stream. And yes, the internet wasted no time turning it into a full-blown spectacle. For a lot of people sitting at home scrolling with nothing better to do, this was prime entertainment. Watching a controversial streamer get pressed by real-life consequences hits different when it's happening in real time. The clips spread fast, reactions poured in, and suddenly everyone had an opinion about how it went down. Clavicular has built his whole online image around being the villain. That cocky grin, the slick comments, the way he moves like he's untouchable. Whether that's the real him or just a character for views, it rubs people the wrong way. So when something bad happens, there's a crowd ready to celebrate. It's like people have been waiting for the moment he slips. And that night, as everything started unfolding, you could literally see the mood shift. What started as a normal stream turned tense real quick. The longer it went on, the worse it looked for him. You could tell his stress levels shot up. One minute he's chilling at a bar, streaming like always, and the next minute officers pull him aside. No warning, no slow build. They step in, separate him, and just like that, he's being detained in front of everyone watching. It wasn't some dramatic chase or wild scene. It was calm, controlled, and honestly, that made it hit harder. Reality stepped in, and the content stopped feeling like content. The official reason for the arrest was allegedly a false ID. Clive is only 20 years old, which legally puts him under the drinking age in most places like that. So technically, he shouldn't have been inside a bar drinking at all. That's where the situation gets messy. On stream, he says, "Oh, we're definitely set up." At first, it sounds like typical streamer talk, like he's just trying to spin the narrative and keep viewers hooked. But when you look closer, there might be more to it. The guy seen talking to Clive during the arrest was reportedly the bar owner. When Clive first walked in earlier that night, no one checked his ID on camera.
Hey man, I don't mean to bother you. I'm like his childhood best friend. What's he being arrested for? We're like all extremely confused.
False ID?
False ID?
Yeah.
What?
Which one? Using a fake ID, being underage,
Okay.
a liquor establishment.
Guys, this is insane. That's being a fucking setup or some shit. We legit didn't do anything wrong. He was working his job as an employee there, you know. Didn't have a single drink. I mean, Chad, he's gonna be fine, but you know, just so it's clear, free my nigga till it's backwards. You know? But he's good. He's good. We'll make sure he's okay, boys.
Viewers didn't even see him actively drinking anything. So people started questioning how it escalated so fast. Did someone call it in? Did staff realize his age midstream and panic? Or was it just bad luck catching up with him at the worst possible moment? What really rubbed people the wrong way was the smirk at the end of the clip. While he's being handled by police, he flashes that same cool guy smile like it's all part of the act. For some viewers, that made it worse. Getting arrested isn't a badge of honor. It's not a flex. Acting unfazed might protect your ego, but it doesn't change what's happening. And in that moment, the villain persona he's been playing online collided head-on with real-life consequences, and the internet got front-row seats to the whole thing. Yeah, so here's where it gets messy. The bar owner allegedly lets him walk right in. No serious ID check, no long questioning. Clive even orders a Red Bull in front of the guy, on camera, calm as ever. Nothing looked rushed, nothing looked forced. It felt like a regular night out being streamed for content. Now let's be clear, this isn't about defending Clive. A lot of people can't stand him, and he's done plenty to earn that reputation. But the way this played out has people raising eyebrows. Security reportedly didn't just ask him to leave, they held him there. According to what was shown and what viewers pieced together, they kept him inside and didn't let him walk out while waiting for police to arrive. That's where the backdoor talk started, because if someone really wanted to just remove him, they could have escorted him out and called it a night. Instead, it looked like they stalled him until officers showed up. When police first pulled CL to the side, there wasn't some dramatic explanation given on stream. It felt vague. Then the ID comes into play. Suddenly it's, oh, that's suspicious. That's when things shifted from awkward to serious. People online are split. Some think there was clear intent to trap him. Others say he walked into that situation on his own. And let's be honest, Clive isn't exactly the most loved person on the internet. When you build a brand around trolling, flexing, and pushing limits, you create enemies. So when something like this happens, not many rush to your defense. The internet has a long memory, and his history doesn't help. A lot of viewers still bring up that old viral clip where he allegedly ran someone over with his car and somehow avoided major consequences.
Just asking if we could get in. The guy from yesterday.
Yeah. I don't know how busy you guys are in there, but we don't need a table or anything. We could just go in regular GA. If you guys...
No drinking.
I haven't had a single drink all night. I'll just grab a water.
Well, I got your Red Bull. Water?
Yeah, Red Bull fine, yeah.
Guys. All right, Odin wants to go.
You haven't drank?
No, I swear to God.
You're gonna breathalyze.
What's he being arrested for? We're like all extremely confused.
False ID?
False ID?
That situation alone had people shocked that nothing stuck to him legally. It fed this narrative that he always slips through cracks. But this time, the energy felt different. At the end of the arrest clip, you can see an officer checking his pockets. There's even a screenshot floating around of that exact moment. And that's where rumors started flying. Some viewers believe the officer may have found something illegal. Clive has openly talked about illegal substance use on stream before, joking and casually mentioning substances like DN, which many people say refers to a stimulant similar in chemical structure to methamphetamine. Now, nothing official was confirmed in that moment on stream. No clear statement was made about what was or wasn't found. But once that pocket check happened, the speculation exploded. This is where his online persona really catches up with him. When you publicly talk about risky behavior, people will assume the worst when something goes wrong. Even if there's no confirmed evidence shown on camera, the court of public opinion moves fast. Whether this was a setup, bad luck, or just consequences landing at the wrong time, one thing is clear. The night that was supposed to be regular content turned into something way more serious, and Clive wasn't smiling as confidently once reality fully set in. He's been open before about using cocaine, joking about it on stream like it's part of the lifestyle. So when that pocket search clip started circulating, people instantly assumed that's what they found. Social media detectives went wild. Comments were filled with, "He definitely had coke on him," and fake ID plus illegal substances. That's another charge easy. At that point though, it was all speculation. Nobody had paperwork. Nobody had confirmation. It was just people connecting dots and running with it because of the image he built for himself. Then the official info dropped, his mugshot and the listed charges were released, and suddenly it wasn't just internet gossip anymore. The mugshot caught a lot of attention. He looked completely different from how he did on stream earlier that night. In the stream clips, he had that usual smirk, that confident look. In the booking photo, he looked drained, rough around the edges, like the weight of the situation hit him all at once. It's wild how a short drive to a police station can change someone's expression that much. The internet, of course, had jokes ready within minutes.
For release petition.
Thank you, Your Honor. The state is asking for a $25,000 secured appearance bond. Our understanding is that Mr. Peters resides in the state of Florida, that he has no known ties to Arizona. I think we've already sufficiently discussed the particular facts of this case.
The charges were serious: forgery and possession of a forged instrument, which ties directly to the fake ID. That's not some tiny slap on the wrist situation. That's a felony. On top of that, there was a charge listed as dangerous illegal substance possession or use, so the rumors about him having something on him turned out to have some truth behind them. Law enforcement reportedly found illegal substances during the search, and that added another layer to the situation. It wasn't part of the original reason they approached him, but once you're being searched, anything on you becomes fair game. Then there was the additional charge connected to intent involving the fake ID. Basically, the argument is simple. If you're carrying a fake ID, it's usually to gain access to places you legally can't enter. Bars, clubs, age-restricted spots. That stacked onto everything else quickly. What started as getting stopped at a bar turned into multiple charges in one night. People online pointed out the irony. There was that past incident everyone remembers, where he was involved in running someone over with a vehicle and didn't face criminal charges from that situation. Now in one weekend, he's looking at 2 felonies and a misdemeanor tied to a fake ID and illegal substance possession. That's a heavy turn of events. He was arrested over the weekend too, which meant sitting in custody during one of the busiest sports weekends of the year. Instead of streaming reactions and making content, he was dealing with booking photos and court paperwork. For someone who built a brand around pushing limits and walking the edge, this time the edge pushed back. So yeah, overall it turned into a messy situation, a chain of bad decisions stacking up one after another. Some people feel bad for him, others are not losing sleep over it. When you build your brand on controversy, moments like this hit different. What made it even crazier is that footage from his Zoom court hearing started circulating. People somehow got access to the virtual session, and you can clearly see the judge adjusting his bail after reviewing the added charges. At first, it was set around $10,000, then it reportedly jumped to $25,000 once the additional details came up in court. Now that number sounds huge at first glance. $25,000 feels serious, but here's the part most people don't understand. With bond, you usually only need to post about 10% to secure release through a bondsman.
I am going to bail out Clav out of jail. When I was 19, I was arrested for a fake ID as well. I didn't have drugs in my pocket, but you can't throw stones from a glass house. So I'm going to take him to a health retreat. Maybe he comes up here for, a week or two and just locks in with nature and, leaves the degen lifestyle. So we'll see if that happens. But yeah, I'm going to go bail him out.
That would put it around $2,500 out of pocket. When you're dealing with 2 felony charges, that's actually not outrageous in the grand scheme of things. The court also mentioned that he didn't have strong ties to Arizona and appeared to have access to money, which likely influenced how they set it. Judges look at flight risk and resources when determining bail. If someone has cash and no deep local roots, the number can climb. The internet, of course, turned that into its own show. Suddenly, random creators and online personalities started saying they would bail him out. It felt like people were chasing clout off someone else's charges. There were even rumors floating around that billionaire investor Peter Thiel was going to step in and cover it. There's no solid proof of that. No verified statement, nothing official tying him to the situation. It looked more like internet fantasy than fact. Then you had other streamers inserting themselves into the story, claiming they were ready to help him post bond. One guy from Santa Cruz even said publicly he'd bail Clive out. That's when things started to look less supportive and more attention-seeking. When someone else's legal trouble becomes your opportunity to trend, it says a lot about the space we're watching. At the end of the day, $2,500 is not pocket change to most people, but compared to the seriousness of 2 felonies, it's not some impossible mountain either. The bigger issue isn't even the bail. It's the fact that what started as a casual night out spiraled into court hearings, mugshots, and felony records attached to his name. That follows you. Let me know what you think about the whole situation. Do you think the bail was fair or too light? Drop your thoughts in the comments. Hit like if you want more breakdowns like this. Subscribe to the BeyondFame channel for updates. Share this video with someone who's been following the story, and I'll catch you on the next one.